Hi there, everybody. This is Franklin Taggart, and I am a client navigator with the Larimer SBDC. The consultant that I would like to introduce you to right now is Curt Bear. Curt is the founder and chief everything for a really cool program called Loco Think Tank. Curt, can you tell us a little bit about the think tank and also fill us in on the role that you fulfill at Larimer SBDC?
Sure. Yeah. So first, I guess, yeah, Curt Bear, Loco Think Tank is my small business, and it's a peer advisory organization. Our model basically is that I find give back minded business veterans to manage a group of peer size business operators, and they meet together once a month for a half a day typically, and kind of take turns processing their business challenges with kind of an experienced veteran there. And we tier them by different sizes. So small, medium, large, and key employees of the medium and large size regional businesses. So that's what I do for my day job. I'm also the host of the Loco Experience podcast.
Yeah.
I interview what I think are inspiring business leaders. Franklin's been on recently. And for the SBDC, I've actually been volunteering for SBDC going back into my banking days. I've done everything from cash flow planning to teaching the business planning class. I would consider myself a generalist with a finance emphasis because of 15 years in small business banking. And I also teach the small business planning class that the one of the classes that the SBDC offers, kind of the 2-day, 3-hour class. Yeah, I think that probably fills it
That
in.
covers it, man.
So I focus really on people looking for capital, people planning, early stages, but also ideas for shifts and pivots. I'm an idea guy, probably first and foremost.
Okay. Can you give me an idea of like a perfect situation where you are the right consultant to ask for?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few situations where I fit, but probably one where I felt a lot of value is either in the startup phase, need some capital. Where do I find it? Especially if you have some capital of your own, it's always easier to have more options that way. But looking around, I'm not really an expert on finding private investors, more on, finding bank or finance or non-bank financing. I guess I would also say, yeah, so that's probably the ideal, or an operating business that wants to perform better.
Okay.
Maybe has hit roadblocks, grew up to 3 or 4 or 5 employees, and maybe, has been kind of stuck, or somebody considering buying a piece of real estate or doing a major expansion of their business. Do they have enough capital to plan for that? So capital planning is really the thing. And I can add a decent amount of value in terms of financial statement understanding and looking at trends and margins and cash flow planning. But there's others that are better, especially in the detailed financial projecting and things like that.
Excellent, Curt. If someone is meeting with you for the first time, what do they need to do to prepare for that meeting?
I use the business model canvas as kind of a base platform for my small business planning class. We also offer, there's a live plan kind of check-in. And so especially if it's on the planning front, I want you to at least have thought through some things, because I've been in a lot of rooms where I want to start a business or I have a business idea, and I need to do a lot of homework yet before I'm really prepared for me to add value. Because until I can really understand your plan well, and then we don't have to spend a ton of time digging in, you'll have already thought through a lot of those challenging questions. I guess I would also add to that last one that, like, helping people find their path. Do I really want to start a business? Do I want to work in small business? Is there another place where my formidable talents would fit best? Do I want to start a business with people or just as a solopreneur? You are a great helper once they decide on that, but that imagination of what I want to become when I get old and gray,
Yeah.
something where I've kind of developed some strength as well.
Excellent. Well, folks, if you are hearing something that Curt is saying and you want to schedule an appointment with him, it's an easy thing to do. Go to larimersbdc.org, and in the middle of the tabs, there's one called What We Do. And when you go to that tab, click on the consulting option. On the consulting page, there are 3 boxes that open in the middle of the page. One is for people who are needing to schedule their first appointment. One is for people who are scheduling their follow-up appointments. And then there's another one. If you've actually gone ahead and set up your client dashboard, you can access your client dashboard from that consulting page and set up your appointments from there. Curt, I'd just like to thank you for all that you do for SBDC and our community, and
Yeah, thanks for
appreciate
this.
your time.
Appreciate it, Franklin.